Hello beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel, or welcome on in if this is your first time. If it's your first time, you will be quite goofed out by what I'm doing here today. Well, it is a reading around Halloween and what spirit message is for you, but this picture of these three dogs really spoke to me as we are embracing the spirit of Hallows Eve. We're looking at costumes for ourselves, for our children, for our furry children. So this one really spoke to me for some reason. So if you've clicked on it, this will be relevant. In today's reading, most of the decks will be oracles, and we may use tarot to clarify. So I just want to put that out there. But out of these, let's get started. This would be different areas of life. We'll see what comes through. But you are more than welcome to watch all three piles. Okay, so for you, you'll have pile 1 would be the dog onto the left, pile 2 would be the dog in the center, and pile 3 would be the dog with the spider around its neck. Okay, so go ahead and make your choice, and I will see you at your selection. Hi pile 1, this is for those of you that chose this cute little dog over here, dog number 1. I'm just going to scooch him to the side so we get some space. But this is a reading around the Hallows Eve, so the energy usually it's very magical just a week prior up to 4 to 5 weeks around Halloween. Okay, so today's reading is meant to show us what spirit wants to bring forward. So with that, we'll get started for pile 1, and I have a few oracles pre-pulled. If you skip the intro, today's reading is going to be primarily oracle cards, and then we may use tarot to clarify, but you'll look at the deck that I'm using today. I've tried to bring out as many animal decks as possible, so there's something very spiritual and natural around this time that I'm picking up on, so it may be a good time for you to spend time in nature. Generally, that's what's coming up. So let's see what's the overarching theme for my pile 1 spirit. Oh, you got 2. Okay, so let's look at that. Oh yeah, I remember this one. So the first card that came out for you was the mouse, and then literally sneaking behind it, perfectly aligned, was this other card, which is the swan. Now, my intent was to pull just one per pile, but these two wanted to come out for a reason for you. So let's talk about this. There may be an area of life, and we'll hopefully get that in these cards that I haven't looked at yet. But there is some area of life, and could be, I don't know, small or big, doesn't matter, where you have a bit of a nervous energy. Okay, the mouse represents where, it's a pretty small creature and, pretty resourceful, pretty agile. I would even say very smart and very sharp survival skills, right? For the size, if you think about our size versus the size of a mouse. But what it represents is a bit of a nervous energy. Okay, so there's something that's kind of making you a little bit nervous, and it's interesting. So it's earth energy coming through, but with the swan hiding right behind. A swan is a deep water sign, or water energy over here. And it pretty much it's like as within, so without, as above, so below, as below, so above, right? So it's asking you, it's asking you to drop the nervousness. Funny. It's asking you to for the time being, I know it's going to sound very tactical. Can you at least put up a brave face? And why we do that, why we encourage that, is when you start practicing that energy, before you know it, you become that energy. Okay, so this is a lot for those of us who sometimes have, some self-worth, confidence issues for a variety of reasons. Okay, could be completely inner driven, could be a factor of the external influences that we have around us. But the more we start practicing, because it's energy, emotion is energy in motion. So if you shift your emotions a little bit and start putting a confident front, very soon you'll be gliding through the problems, the processes, no matter what's going on underneath. Okay, so this is just a practice. Spirit really wants you to actually believe that you're way more capable than you give yourself credit for. Okay, so that's a very clear message that's coming out over here. You have a lot of knowledge. The swans represent, again, this is smarts. Okay, I feel like the mouse is street smart, and the swan is book smart, and also spiritually very deep, because the swan has gone through a lot of experiences in life. Okay, Swan is a representation of knowledge and skills and artistry and music. All of those skills represented by the goddess Saraswati. She that's, you know, she rides the swan and represents knowledge and represents creativity, all of that that falls in here. So you have that within you. You just need to look at it that way. Okay, so interesting opening messages for you, pile one, already. I was intending for this reading to be fun and light and whatever, so we'll keep it fun, but we will go deep as always on this channel. Okay, so let's see if we can get an area of life that this is pertaining to. So we have official person, we have a master number 22. Very interesting. You may be seeing 222s. Let's get some more. We have Aquarius. Ooh, this is interesting. We have the 8th house. And I say deep. 8th house is the most deep house that we can have. And then let's do this. Well, let's see. We're going to move the dog a little bit further down. Thank you. So we have Aquarius, and then we have the clock tower. Absolutely. So this is about a career, okay? A job, career, profession. That's what I'm picking up. It's also can be about building something for yourself, because the 8th house is showing up, and 8th house talks about other people's money. It's loans, it's mortgages, it's like bank loans, it's shared money, money with a partner, inheritances. So there's, and also, of course, we talk about taxes, we talk about debt, we talk about intimacy. But that's what's coming out with these energies over here for you. Again, Aquarius is the big picture. It's the community. It's humanitarian. It's biotech. It's science. It's technology. And with the official person and tower coming out over here, there's something to do with an authority figure. But what I'm really picking up on is this is something around a career. So either you're trying to switch careers, or you're looking for a job, or you're trying to start your own business. With the 8th house coming out over here, your plans will fall through, because this is like, you know, getting a financial plan, or finances from a bank or a financial organization. That would definitely come through. And Aquarius is, this is future looking. Okay, future looking, something innovative that's happening over here. You may be the first person in your circle or in your family that's doing this, so it may be causing a little bit of nervousness within you. But this is, again, definitely you have this boss energy. Okay, both these cards talk about elevation. The clock tower in Lenormand does not equate the tower in tarot. It actually talks about elevation. It talks about rising. It talks about promotions, a higher position where you're very protected. So it's literal elevation in the status. Okay, so something like that. So we're going to orient that and take that as our theme, and then we'll get messages and see what we have. So what we're doing today, we're using the Animal Spirit deck. As I mentioned earlier, we are using mostly oracles, but if needed, we'll pull in some tarot, because we wanted to keep to an animal theme for some reason. Don't ask me. I don't know why. I just do whatever I'm called to do here. So let's see. So in the career, profession, because you have a lot of wisdom showing up here. And by the way, the koi fish just showed up, right? That was the koi fish that I saw. That is all about money as well. So there's something you're elevating to, as I said, a lot of wisdom with the swan, but you may be nervous about it, and that's okay. And that's okay. We have to practice. We have to practice being confident, and you attract what you are. So the more confident you are, as you talk about wisdom, the more positive, higher, elevated things you're going to attract to you. So at the heart of the matter, we have Owl Spirit, number 43. You see clearly now. What a wise pile. Amazing. I want to do a mini Celtic cross with these cards. So let's just draw the cards out, and then we'll intuit them. What do they need to hear? Crossing, we have Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide. Interesting. Both of these, they're talking about sight. Do you see? They're both air animals, they're birds, they're both, we'll get to it. There's a lot about vision over here. So I wanna see what's brewing underneath. We have wasp spirit. Sometimes life stings. So that's what's brewing underneath the surface for you. And I think that theme is coming up, that I keep saying that word or that phrase for you, under the surface, underneath the surface. Oh, Encanto song is coming up again. Oh my God, it's come before, I think a couple months ago in one of my readings with the big sister Luisa, the strong sister. Under the surface. Listen to that song or just read the lyrics. You'll be blown away. Okay, so let's keep going. And then we have Flamingo Spirit, embrace the in-between. Let's see what's top of mind. Badger Spirit, be fearless and bold. The number 4. Let's see, do we have it in frame? Just, there we go. These are giant cards. And then let's see what we have to look out for or look up to. What's coming in the near future. Ooh, we got Coyote Spirit, trust in divine detours. Okay, okay. Very interesting. So here's what I'm picking up already for you. And we're gonna, you can shift the theme if you want, like if it's not career, if it's not profession, it's money or relationship oriented. The messages will still hold, so adapt it because there's like a lot of different people watching. So please take the messages that work for your scenario. Now, it's interesting, in the bottom deck energy we have learned from the past, Elephant Spirit. So I'm just gonna keep it somewhere over here. Okay, that's good to know. So there is the topic of wisdom and sight over here. Okay, now what you're being called to do is like, look, you have a vision, you have a certain vision, you have a certain idea that you want to go after. But with this elephant card coming out and then we having wasp, sometimes life spring under the surface, there are some bitter experiences from the past that may be hindering you, that may be holding you back and holding you in your nervous energy, okay? Because you may be like, well, what if it doesn't work out? It's okay. It's okay. You know, most of the times it doesn't work the first time, okay? I have not heard of like those one-time wonders. Even if you say like the most luckiest people, it doesn't work right away, right? Because we don't know exactly what we need. Their needs and wants are different. And that's why there are divine detours for us that are presented to us. So there's something here where Spirit is asking you to see, look, you have a very clear vision, at least of what you want to be, what career you want to build, what profession you want to be in, what vocation you want to be in. And trust that Spirit is giving you those nudges, okay? This has come out in a crossing energy because this is saying like, you know, you've had these nudges before, but it's a little hard to follow through because it seems it's off the beaten path. Sorry about my bandage showing in the screen. That's okay. So trust that gut feeling that you're getting and really, and you already are projecting this, whether you know it or not. Like, as I said, under the surface, there's a lot of nervousness, there's a lot of caution here, but being bold on the surface. Look at how powerful this is, the Badger Spirit. And Badger is another earth energy, and it's all about abundance. If you see all the flowers and then even like a little jewelry on the badger's crown, the feathers really talk about spirituality. So it's like a blend of all, but it says be fearless and bold. The badger is a homemaker, home provider. Okay, I don't mean a homemaker, but somebody, badger is the bread earner of the family. That's what I'm trying to say, okay? They're very good at building a home. So this clock tower could even be talking about building a home, right? You want to maybe you've been in the rental arena so far and now you want to become a homeowner, something like that, or you want to elevate the size of your apartment that you've been living in, something like that. But that's what is top of mind for you, and you're doing really good. What we want to be better at, or maybe learn to let go, is because flanking your central theme here, both sides we have detours and deviations. Okay, in the recent past, or things that we're closing out, our spirit wants us to close out, is the limbo, feeling in limbo, because this is embrace the in between. Okay, so that's where sometimes you have to be like water and just glide. That's what I'm hearing, and see where the current takes you. And that's the part of the flamingo spirit over here. It's like you have to embrace the in between. There's a lot of knowledge. Elephants represent strength, they represent knowledge. We have the owl spirit, again, talks about knowledge. We have the hawk spirit that has very, very long-term, long-range vision. But sometimes, we've had experiences that haven't worked. So how do we take all of that composite and what do we learn? It's like, all right, we're going to put our best foot forward and see where life takes us. Maybe our plan works out. Maybe there is a detour. So the biggest message you need to know or hear at this time, especially I'll tell you when I'm recording this, this year, the rest of 2022 is going to be very up and down, because of the ginormous planets in the sky. We are like just a tiny speck in the universe. There are a lot of things shifting, but when Jupiter goes direct, when Saturn moves into Pisces, when Mars goes direct like next year, that's when things are going to actually start falling into place, like for the majority of us, okay? What do we do in the meantime? In the meantime, do what we can, enjoy what we do what we enjoy, okay? Embrace the uncertainty and just keep putting our best foot forward. Eye on the prize is what I'm hearing. Eye on the long range plan. And remember that if things don't work out, there is protection in rejection. That's why the coyote spirit shows us, or shows itself to us. Trust in divine detours is also embrace the coyote. So coyotes and foxes, I kind of put them in the same category because they really talk about resilience. They talk about being very flexible and jumping as opportunities present themselves, okay? Very smart, very flexible, but the smarts can harden if we're not flexible, right? So that's what this is saying over here with the divine detours. So let's see. I want to get a little bit more on the badger spirit because I'm getting a very home energy from it. Spirit, can you clarify what area does pile 1 need to be even more bold in? And this again, we're using the Curious Creatures deck, so there's going to be more animal spirits coming out. So we have the Hierophant, there's that boss energy, okay? And we have the sun. Wow, definitely. So you see sunflowers. Very beautiful. Again, this is something you're really stepping into a leadership position. And I feel this goes beyond just, I'm surprised the first house is not shown up over here. But this is a time of your life where you're changing your self-image with the sun energy coming out over here, and the Hierophant is bossing up. The Hierophant is also a unique leader that others follow, okay? So you may not fit the mold, especially in this deck, because it's this beautiful imagery here in this deck. If you look at this Hierophant, it's very different. Yeah, it's got the keys, but it's having a good time. This Hierophant's got heels on, listening to the radio, dancing away. They've got it figured out because they've been to so many schools and by schools we mean thoughts, philosophies, knowledge, that they finally found their way, and they are very content and very confident in that. And because their energy is so pure, others do like to follow them as well. So regardless whether this is in a work scenario or in a home scenario, you are definitely setting the stage. And as I say, setting the stage, we do have the Leo energy here, the sun energy. So we may have Leos or Tauruses or Scorpios or Aquarius. Those 4 signs are kind of coming up strongly here. Where it's time to shine, it's time to also soak up the limelight, as I said, taking center stage. So don't be afraid if you're doing something that nobody's ever done. Don't have a fear of awareness, recognition. Now, if you're trying to elevate, you are going to draw attention, and you have to be ready for that. Okay? What is this, the Spider-Man movie quote? With more power comes more responsibility, right? So I would say with that also comes more visibility, and you have to be okay with that. Okay? It's just like part of the program and part of the process. You can't just get one piece of it and just like shut out. We can't go in hermit mode. So get ready for that limelight, get ready for that recognition, get ready to take center stage and inspire others, because you have something very unique that you're working on. Okay. All right. Wow, that's beautiful. I like it. Let's do a quick check on the numbers, what I'm seeing over here. We have 2 7s, so 7 7. We have 2 5s. We have a 10 and a 4 and an 8 and a 7. So 3 7s, by the way. 7 7 7. You may be seeing 7 7 7, or you may be seeing, as we saw, 2 2 over here. There's another 10. Yeah, completions. But with 7 being the predominant energy, you are lining up with your spiritual path. Okay, and by spiritual path we mean the nudges that you've been getting internally, the vision that you've been getting. You're slowly lining up to that, and that's why you may be seeing a lot of 7 7 7s. Okay, but just remember to stay flexible, not be rigid. The universe can bring us the best when we are the most flexible. That's important. But yeah, have a sense of a direction, where we're going, what's the end goal, where we want to get to, and then let the universe give us a few detours, because we may need to collect a couple other gems along the way. Strange phrases that I'm hearing right now. Okay, all right, Pile 1, let's get you a closing message from Spirit, from Animal Spirit again. What is this deck called? This is called Messages from Your Animal Spirit Guides. This one that I'm going to use now. Let's see. Can you give us one message for pile 1? 1 1. Oh, there are 2 that want to come out. Okay. We'll take him. So the first one, woo! Look at that. Inner nudges, instincts. We have Shark Spirit. Trust your instincts to discern the truth of the situation. Okay, so trust your instincts. Again, sharks are very good at smelling things. Okay, I'm not sure how their literal vision is. It may be pretty blurry, but they have a very strong sense of smell. So that's your intuition when it kicks in. Like, you can smell the BS. So trust that. And what's hiding behind this? This is like pretty much stuck to it. Wow, we have the snow leopard that says take some time out of your usual life and spend it in solitude. And we kind of need that focus, right? We do need that solitude. We do need the focus to really hone in into our intuition and give ourselves that time. Also to heal from any of this, because the wasp spirit keeps looking at me. To heal from some things that may have stung in the past. Now, look, this is a number 10. 64 reduces to a 10, which reduces to a 1. So just know that that was a cycle that has completed. Don't give it any more energy. You have 2 19s here as well, or let's say 1s as well. So many 1s and so many 7s in your reading. So yeah, so do spend some time alone, whatever that means. Swan is also a very meditative state, so meditation may really help you, but this will also further help you enhance your gut instinct and your intuition overall. Okay, all right, so that's what I have for you, pile 1. If this helped, give this a big thumbs up. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Do remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I wish you much love and light and a happy Halloween. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, pile 2. This is for those of you that chose this cutie over here, the second dog in the middle. So this is going to be a reading. If you missed the intro, I'm using mostly oracle decks in today's reading. We're going to try to see what area Spirit wants to talk about. Most of them are animal spirits and a mix of other oracles as well. We may or may not use tarot to clarify, so we'll see how it goes. So welcome to your reading. We're going to move this cutie over here to the side so they give us some space. Okay, so we have a few pre-pulled cards. This is going to tell us what Spirit wants to talk about in terms of the theme. And the energy, again, this is specifically, was inspired by the Halloween theme and the costumes and the fun and the magic. So you can think of it as like a week before Halloween to 4 to 5 weeks after Halloween, or the end of October. So let's see what Spirit wants to bring through for you. We have the Horse Spirit. Amazing. And I've got like all my animal decks out today. I'm having a lot of fun. So it's a cue for us to get to close to nature as well and enjoy the real magic. The Horse Spirit in this deck actually is represented by the element of earth, and usually horse is like from how I've read it or how I see them, usually mean air to me. So this is an interesting one, and it represents of course intuition. This is the feminine representation with the earth element coming down or coming out. And the moon over here, ooh, actually the eclipses may have something important for you, an important time marker. So Halloween is falling between the solar eclipse in Scorpio and then the lunar eclipse in Taurus, which the dates are October 25 and November 9th. So mark like a couple weeks around that. So let's say from whenever you watch this reading through, let's say, the end of November, that may be an important time marker for you, especially because this is giving us a lot of messages over here. Okay, so back to the Horse Spirit. It represents freedom. Freedom of expression, just feeling free, feeling wild, okay? Let your hair down. Just enjoy the wind. Just like, you know, like Mustang, you cannot really train a Mustang. I mean, well, humans have done that, but they're meant to be free, right? And I like this, how you may have a unique expression. Look at, do you see the braids in its mane? Is it called a mane? I think so. No, it's a lion's mane. I don't know what it's called. Beautiful hair. Let's call it the horse's hair. I don't know. But it's got like braids all around. So it's a very unique horse. And it talks about freedom of expression, also feeling free of who you are. The color, you may love the color black, actually. And it may play a significant role in your life, in the sense you could be a Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising. Black is, oh, you mean like black tourmaline. There's another black stone that I'm blanking out on right now. But black crystals may be very good for you. Oh, well, the messages come through and I just have to share them. So take it if it fits. But they're very good for protection, for protecting your aura. And also, don't be afraid if people tell you, well, you look too stark in black. That's because, you know, some people may not like the color black and it may make them uncomfortable, but it may even make you look more confident than you are and make you look more powerful. Remember, whatever people say is their own perception, is their own consciousness and their awareness. How they see the world, it's got nothing to do with you. So freedom of expression, and again, the color black doesn't have to be, but it is coming through as an example, so it may as well be relevant to quite a few of you. But whatever colors you want to wear, however you want to wear your hair, or you want to shave your head, I don't know, it's up to you. This is a time where Spirit really wants you to be free, but grounded as well. And that's what the emphasis of the earth symbol is here. There is a healing of the feminine, the divine feminine within, with the moon and the earth symbol showing up. So I'm really curious. These cards are going to tell us perhaps what area of life this is referring to. So wow, we have unexpected income. Well, that was unexpected for me to see this card, because I thought this is gonna, let's see. So 27 or the number 9. 9 is always about wish fulfillment to me, coming to a completion. We have Capricorn. All right, okay, this is turning into a money and career reading as well. Just like pile 1, very, very interesting. So we have Capricorn, which is in the other astro deck that I use, the words under Capricorn are boss, like the boss. So there's boss energy coming up over here, or 10th house energy. And then we have Gemini, which is usually the 3rd house. It's communication, networking. It's our colleagues, our peers, our siblings, our neighbors, like immediate people around us that we may or may not choose. Okay, that's where we are. So communication about money, about status. 10th house is changing for you, specifically in the money sector. And then we have the mice. Are you coming from pile one, some of you? Because we had the mouse as the main character up there. And then we're showing up mice over here, which is a number 23, 5. Okay. So when this mice shows up in the Lenormand, it is telling us to actually pay attention to the details, because mice talk about the little nooks and cracks that we miss in the foundation, because that's where these problems thrive. So if you're going through, let's say, a job change, and especially with Gemini showing up here, okay, it's clicking into place. If you're changing jobs, well, now is a good time because Mercury has gone direct, but there are a couple things. Make sure you read the contract really well, okay? With Gemini, it's about communication, it's about contracts. Mercury is direct, so we're good there. The only challenge is Mars, which is the planet of action, is going to be in retrograde starting end of November, mid to end of November. So do anything you want to do. Again, that's why you had that time marker. So if you want to try to complete some contracts, some inheritances, some loans, anything, any partnerships, it's a good time to get it done during the month of November. If not, then it'll be good to wait until the last week of December. Well, again, companies shut down anyway. So after 21st of December is a good time when planets start moving forward, or Saturn skips over, Jupiter goes direct. So the big ones, the big players actually start moving forward. That would help. So maybe there's some time marker. So but if that's not the case, if you're not making any changes, all this is telling us over here is make sure that you read the fine print, pay attention to details. If there are things that are kind of nagging at you when you're trying to make some change, do pay attention to them, pause and listen to your intuition and work on those areas, because they represent small problems or small issues right now that could, if unattended, could become bigger in the future. And we don't want that, because we're in this major boss ass energy, or I said that out loud, major boss behind energy over here, okay, with the Capricorn card coming out and the unexpected income. Now, for a minority of you, maybe one or two of you, because this just messages came like into me very sharply. This could be your status changing, as in terms of your relationship status, okay? Because Capricorn is the top of the chart. So let me show you. I think this one has it. Yeah, so this is our natal chart. It usually starts with Aries over here, and the top of the very north point of our chart is our career, our midheaven and our career. So Capricorn sits right here, the 10th house. This is how the world sees us. This is how we project ourselves into the world in terms of title. And title can be married, single, boss, employee, business owner, homeowner, car owner, whatever that is. So for a small percentage of you, that status title is changing. And if you are going through a divorce or a separation or a legal separation from a partner or a business partner, that may also bring you some unexpected income. And that's where this reading of the fine print becomes even more crucial at this time. But you have the right elements. Embrace what you want with the horse energy. Be free. Do not hold yourself back if you're in a position to ask for what you deserve, okay? Wow, that was... I mean, it's supposed to be fun and lighthearted, but again, the messages on this channel generally are deep, because you all are very deep people and spiritual people, okay? That's the tribe that comes in over here. So we get these messages no matter how fun the cards are, okay? And no matter how cute this dog looks over here. I don't know if you're a pet owner. I have kids, so I'm thinking of costumes, and I was like, wow, what about furry kids? So here we go. So Spirit, help me tap into pile 2 a little bit more, and what would you like to share with the pile 2? We're gonna do use the Animal Spirit deck to do a mini Celtic cross and see what comes up. If needed, we may do some clarifications, but normally they're pretty direct messages. Excuse me. So at the heart of the matter, we have number 62, another 8. 8's the number of Saturn or the number of money. Turtle spirit, slow and steady wins the race. There we go. Let's see. Let's see what's crossing it, spirit. Oh, that's too many cards. Okay, I'll do that one more time. Pile 2, spirit, pile 2. What do they need to know? Okay, crossing it out, you got the dog spirit. Be loyal to what you love. Look at that. How beautiful is that? Number 19 reduces to a 1. So this is what's crossing over here. Keep your eye on the prize in terms of what you love. Again, you're some form of freedom, some sort of self-expression, what you love to do, what you love to be, how you love to be. Okay, let's see what's brewing underneath the surface. We have number 10, Buffalo Spirit, the abundant universe will provide. I love that. We have already 2 ones showing up over here. We have 8. All these numbers are talking about endings, beginnings, and money. And then we have unexpected money over here. And we have the Capricorn energy. Very interesting. Let's see recent past or what we need to let go of. Wow, what we need to let go of is the clutter, the mental clutter. Another 10, another 1. So 28 reduces to a 10, reduces to a 1. Frog spirit, clear out the clutter. Very powerful and clear messages. So this is again similar to the mice spirit too. Top of mind, what jumped out, we have the mouse spirit, number 4, tend to the small things. Wow, you guys, please do watch pile 1 as well. I mean, actually you don't have to. But I talked about the mouse spirit, and I'll show you what it looks like in the other animal deck from pile 1. This is what the mouse spirit looks like. This is what I was telling you. And the mice came up and the mouse came up. So first of all, check your home for mice, please. As silly as it sounds. Maybe if you're a cat owner and the cat's dragging in some food, you need to clear that out. So there may be something literally in your attic, or not your attic, your, what's the thing underground, under the foundation, or if you have like a crawl space, that's coming through because there are some nitty-gritty details on your mind. So let me just get the last card out and then I'll get into it. So what's in the near future that pile 2 needs to know? That is not a coincidence when the mouse or mice has come up 3 times. Once as a reference and 2 cards right here in your reading. We have oh my gosh, you guys, I'm speechless. Okay, you can't make this stuff up. You have, and I'll tell you why I'm excited. You got the swan spirit. This is what's in the near future. This is what's on your mind right now. Okay. Just watch the first 5 minutes of pile 1 and I'll tell you why. The first card they got out, and their pile had 2 of these. For each one I was pulling just 1. They got 2 because this one was hiding right behind it. They got the mouse, and I talked about this when it comes as our spirit totem. It's talking about nervous energy, something we're nervous about. But what we're being called to emulate, what does it say? Swan. And you have the swan spirit here in the near future. Oh my goodness. Just the first 5 minutes would help you for pile 1. My mind, I cannot, like right now, keep a straight face. My mind is blown away. Absolutely blown away at this point. Thank you, spirit. Deep breath in. Okay. It's not serious. Like, it's not that serious. I'm just like blown away when spirit kind of brings messages to you guys through me, and I'm like, wow, could there be any more coincidences? And of course there are no coincidences in the world, right? And the universe. And bottom deck energy, we got this eagle spirit, and it says spirit has your back. Number 5 talks about changes. Okay, so through the changes, spirit still has your back. You have to have that trust, and actually you do. So let's start over here. Underneath it all, again, as I said, the wild spirit and the spiritual side of you does have this trust that, look, The universe will provide, the abundant universe will provide. Stay in that energy, because we're also getting this underneath the deck as like, you know, spirit has your back. And interestingly, this is a 5, this is a 10. So you see, there's a lot of like numerological aspects for you. There's a time window for you that's coming up. There's 10, 10, sorry, 1, 1, 1. Okay, and then 6, 8, 6, sorry, 6, 4, 8. Those are fine. Those are fine. But you have a lot of ones that are coming up over here. And of course, the 10th house with Capricorn. So if you have that faith, if you can hold on to that belief that things are actually going to work out, and your part in the grand scheme of things is actually paying attention to these details. These do not come out for no reason. So there's some contract, there's some fine print, there is some detail either of a relationship, of a job, of a loan, even if it's like if you're like leasing a car, something that you need to pay attention to. And it's not to scare you. It's just like, look, this is in your hands. It may be something very annoying and very little, but that's something where this is the conscious and this is the subconscious. So in your conscious, that is also top of mind for you. So please don't ignore that. You already know that. Okay, back to at the heart of the matter, Spirit is kind of advising you to, more messages coming through, is advising you to move a little slower. And what that means, not rush through. Now it's clicking into place why the horse came up as the earth spirit and not the wind or air spirit. Because air moves really fast. Now it's talking about freedom. So you are being encouraged to go after what you love. Okay, be loyal to what you love, but do it meticulously. Don't rush into things. Now, again, if this is, let's say, a new job offer that you get and it's like perfect, it's a remote, whatever location that you want, you have flexibility, a schedule, it's great. You can work whatever hours you want. The pay is great. Everything is great. But back of your mind, there is a but. There is a but. And that could be, and I'm just making these examples, that could be like, yes, you have your own schedule. You don't have to log in at certain hours, but guess what? You may be running a team that sits all over the world. Now, the fine print behind flexible hours is like, actually, you may not have a set time when you switch off of work. So for example, if you're, let's say, sitting in America, and you're managing a team, or let's say not even managing, let's say you're managing work of people, could be like an offshore team that sit in Japan, that sit in London, and then some of them sit in Australia. And then you also have a few colleagues here that you have to sync with in the US. What is your time zone? There is none. By the time you're going to wrap up your US day, Asia is going to start coming up. Australia is going to start coming up. And then, in your evening, when you want to do your dinner, is when the London team is coming on up. So there's actually flexibility of time because there is no time zone. You're a global time zone. Things like that. That's just an example. So there's something like that. There's a but, there is a clause that needs a little bit more attention from you. So move meticulously through that. And what you need to really let go of is actually any doubts. So the frog spirit, again, it talks about clear out the clutter. Of course, we know about feng shui. We know about the Marie Kondo effect on our space. So the physical part of it is like, get rid of clutter, get rid of things you don't need. They're all blocked energy. So you may be thinking about like sorting some closets or your garage. I don't know. That's the easy part. That's super easy, especially with the mouse. If you clean out the foundations, it's pretty easy. Where we need to do work, or usually, I don't mean to say that you have to do it or that you need to. Usually, where we need to do more work is actually the mental clutter. And what is the mental clutter? It's the talking to ourselves, being up in our head, undermining ourselves, self-limiting beliefs. Also holding on to our past experiences is like, well, I'm not going to succeed. Any of those thought patterns, because our body listens to our thoughts and thoughts become things. Okay, so we need to clear out our mental clutter as well and not blow these small things out of proportion. So that's the other message. Okay. And as I said, that so many messages were coming through. That's why the Gemini energy is here. Big thing to know astrologically, Mars is in Gemini and it's going to stay in Gemini until March of 2023. That's a remarkably long time for Mars to be in Gemini. Now, right now it's going retrograde, or somewhere like end of November, as I said. It will go retrograde, which means it slows down. There is less power. What it means for us, mere mortals, I don't mean to say it that way. We're spiritual beings in a physical mortal body, okay? That's what it is. We are much bigger than who we are. But what happens with such a big planet of fire and power, when it's in its full energy in Gemini, it's like wind and fire, right? It blows up, blows things up. What happens when it's the opposite, when it's in retrograde? Mars wants to do stuff, just wants to go out and just lash out and do things very fast. But when it's in retrograde, it's frustrated. It's agonizing. It's painstakingly slow. It's like 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. That's the sort of energy. And why that's important to know. Again, we're not talking about letting the planets like rule us so much. It's just a sense of awareness. It's just a sense of knowing what's happening in the bigger scheme of things, and what do we choose to give our energy. So put your efforts in. If things slow down, don't let that cause any mental drama and mental trauma for you, and say, all right, I'm just gonna tend to what I can. I'm gonna move on and glide along. That's why the swan spirit is here. Swan talks about building, using our knowledge, and gliding through the storm. If you look at the swan gliding across the lake, you can never tell how fast the feet are pedaling under it. And that represents our inner chaos, our inner clutter. So it's okay. I think if you want to watch pile 1, but the gist is like, we have to emulate this energy of confidence, of knowledge that we have. And the more we practice this, the more we become it. So it's time for a deep dive. Where are your mental things holding you back? There's details, attention to details. There's some subconscious fears that are still sitting there somewhere underneath it all that may be hindering some of the 10th house things that we talked about. But this is all about wisdom. It's about grace. It's about creativity. It's about a knowledge base that we build. And 6 is the number of Venus. So this is money. This is love. That's all of it. All the good things, the good people, the good materials that we attract into our life. So that's what you got coming. You got a lot of Venus blessings coming to you. You just need to clear out some of the minutiae, some of the inner thought patterns that may be holding you back, and just be able to communicate very clearly on what you want to create for yourself. And you are very unique, very, very unique. I really don't think we need clarifiers. It's a very beautiful, clear reading for you guys. Okay, so with that, let's get you a closing advice from Messages from Your Animal Spirit Guides deck. As I said, I brought out all my animal decks today. I don't have that many, but interesting how in the Lenormand also you got an animal representation. Yeah, I'm just blown away by that. Still not able to wrap my head around it. Spirit is amazing. And we have the humpback whale as your final message. Music is essential to your healing and well-being, whether singing, playing an instrument, or listening. I did not tell you this here, but I did say in pile 1, the goddess Saraswati is the one who rides the swan, and the swan represents knowledge, creativity, music, poetry, playing instruments. All of that comes in. So definitely for this pile, music, listening to, there are a lot of good YouTube videos on sound bath, on the specific frequencies. I think 424 frequency, or just look them up, like the love frequency. There are a lot of those that you can just turn on a device and go about your day and let them play in the background. They really help. And I know a lot of people also like to listen to whale sounds or ocean sounds. That also brings a lot of healing for you. So maybe that will help, as we said, with the meditation and clearing up the mind. That may help with some of the little nagging things that may be bothering you, but that's what we have for you, pile 2. So hope this made sense, got you some messages, some understanding of, you know, what you need to hear. If you like the reading, do give it a big thumbs up and do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I wish you a very happy Halloween. Have a blast, enjoy the magic, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Hi Pile 3, this is for those of you that chose this third little cutie here. It's a fun way of doing a reading around Halloween and what messages we have. Again, the magic pretty much opens up a week before and will be with us for the next 4 to 5 weeks after Halloween. So today's reading is going to be heavily oracle cards only, and with some clarification from tarot if you need it. But let's move this little cutie to the side. Oops, so we can get some space, but there you have it. I mean, I don't know why, but there's a big animal emphasis today. I've pretty much gotten out all my animal decks, so maybe you're a pet owner, maybe you're not, maybe you're thinking about it, maybe you have kids like me. So just enjoy the spirit, enjoy the magic, and let's get into what spirit has for you. Again, take what fits. I'm trying to keep these very light, but as it's all about your energy, so the messages do go deep, but we're gonna have fun with it while going deep. Okay, so with that, let's get started. Your first card, of course, because we say we're gonna go deep, your energy is represented by the cosmic egg. And the cosmic egg, this is the 5th element in the deck. So we have the 4 usual elements of air, fire, water, earth. And this symbol represents the 5th element, which is spirit. So this is talking about you are going through a spiritual awakening or an up-leveling. You're shedding the old skin with the, you know, the snake holding this precious gem. And to me, this is your consciousness. This is your crown chakra. This deck represents, or this card represents, the 7th chakra, which is the crown chakra. So definitely you're getting some inspiration around this time. You are getting a lot of ideas, maybe creative adventures. Some of you may be writing. I don't know what that came through, or you've been thinking about like putting up a blog, creating a website. I don't know, some TikTok, some inspirational like Instagram posts, something like that. For some reason, writing came through. So when a message comes through as I channel, I do share that. So it may be relevant. For others of you, this could really be about inspired action. Okay, so it's like almost like an Ace of Wands energy that I'm picking up over here. So congratulations, your crown chakra is really lit up and you'll be getting a lot of messages around this time. Keep a dream journal or on your phone if you want to take some quick notes, or a voice note as you get some ideas, because when these inspirations come, they have a very fleeting moment and we tend to forget. So that may be just a little bit helpful over there. So these are going to tell, what? Wow. I was going to say, these cards are going to tell us what this may be about. And look at that. I swear I do not look at these cards. I only look at the opening card. But for you, I mean, it's as much of a surprise for me as it's for you. And this is why we're picking up the writing piece. So we have message showing up, which is the number 7. 7 is also the number of lining up with our spirituality. And I'm really curious, what else do we have? We have Leo, 5th house energy. And then, am I right about that? Yeah, Leo. And then we have Saturn. Woo, okay. Amazing, amazing. Saturn is a big one to have, to show up. Saturn represents time. Let me tell you that. So let's see, what's our final card? We have the Lilies, number 3, creativity. Lilies also talks about career in this, in Lenormand, but it's also about peace. It's about prosperity. It's just about harmony, and also like a lot of healing with older people, family members in the house. But it's a very big career energy that comes through with this. So some of you, the timing is right to come out and shine and take center stage on some of your creative endeavors that you've been thinking about growing, okay? As simple as that. It's interesting. You're my 3rd pile, and today all 3 piles, again, I'm gonna break it to you, have had some form of career, profession, monetary changes sort of energy, which is interesting. So their money is on people's mind, and I can tell because, you know, the macroeconomic situation, everybody's worried about jobs, worried about money, abundance, worried about economy, the stock market. I'll do maybe, if I need to, a separate video on when those things will pick up, but pretty much short answer is it's down this year, but January, mid-January is when it's going to start pick up, and then next summer, May, June, July, maybe August is going to be the part where we completely recover from all the monetary losses that we may have had. Okay, saying that, you may want to watch, if you're into astrology, I follow this amazing astrologer, Terence Gardino. So go watch his video. I think he recently put out this week on all these big planets changing signs next year. And I've been following them because I'm of course, I'm a beginner in astrology and I like to expand my knowledge as well. But pretty much I follow him and he's very good predictions. But sharing that with this group because there's a sense of being aware of these things and then making the choice of how we want to manage our resources. Okay, it's all about having the choice. We should not feel that things are written for us and we have no say in it, but we have to be aware when such big planets like Saturn play such a big role in our life. So let's bring it back to you right here, right now, 3D. What does this mean for you? Saturn represents, Saturn is gone direct now, and next, is it January or March, Saturn is going to move into Pisces. So it's going to come out of the sign of Aquarius. It roughly spans 2 years, and wherever Saturn goes, it slows things down. So Saturn is known as the taskmaster. It reminds me of Marvel Comics with the Taskmaster. If you're any Black Widow fans here, I've seen it so many times. But that's such a strong character, the Taskmaster. And the Taskmaster is brought in to cut things out, to bring order to things, and to fix what does not have a long staying power, right? That's what Saturn is. It's the tough father. So whenever Saturn appears in your chart is the area where things may have been slow. Now, it's possible that Saturn may be in your 5th house, okay? 5th house is creativity. It's the house of children. It's the house of business endeavors. It's the house of gambling, risky investments. So like, you know, crypto and short-term investments. So that's where this may have been affecting your chart because of these are coming out. And if it's not the house, like that could be general themes where you've been trying to shine or rise in your life, especially in terms of career and creativity, but you may have felt like nothing really moved along. Well, this reading is telling you from now on, the energies are going to start opening up. So get ready to shine is what this is telling you. Okay. Wow. Fantastic. So let's do, oh, this is the wrong deck. Sorry. Those are the final ones. We're going to use our Animal Spirit deck to do a mini Celtic cross to see what Spirit wants to bring forward today. So Spirit, help me tap further into pile 3's energies. What do they need to know around this Halloween? As I said, you know, we want to keep it light and fun. I have all animal decks, but the messages are deep because you are deep, my friend. Okay, so let's see what we have. Spirit for pile 3. What's at the heart of the matter? What do they need to hear? We may use tarot, I'm not sure, only if you need to clarify. Wow. Spirit. Dolphin spirit at the heart of the matter. This and that are true. Unbelievable. You are very, very deep. You're very, very spiritual. Sorry, I didn't mean to like flop the card on the table like this. But this is an extremely deep energy. So you're going through a major contemplative state right now. Now, what it teaches us is it teaches us to be playful. Believe it or not, dolphins are the most intelligent creatures on Earth. They're highly, highly intuitive, very intelligent, very smart. But at the same time, they're very playful. And what they teach us is like, you know, you can gather all the smart, street smart, book smart, spiritual smart, experience smart, but watch out that you don't become too dry. Okay, this is a big message, and I want to say that and emphasize it because you have Saturn showing up in your chart. It may have dulled your shine. Literally, with these two coming up, it may have dulled your shine. You may have felt that things just don't move anymore. This coming out is a first energy, is Spirit telling you, literally, I'm hearing, look, child, it's time to play. Literally, that's what I'm hearing. So again, even like the image that you chose over here, the dog, is such a fun one, right? So you're really being encouraged to have a little bit of fun. And with the understanding, because as I said, this message is very deep. This and that are true. This is about duality. We have the number 2, and it's talking about duality, that you have an understanding, even if something doesn't resonate with you, you're wise enough, or you're being called to be wise enough to see both sides of a situation, or both sides of an aspect. So let's see. They're asking me to find a number 6 for you. Oh my God, of course I'm not gonna. Let me just write it out. This is strange, but they're calling me to do this, so give me a second. Appreciate your patience, but this is the deepest message of this reading. So, my beautiful 6, right? What is Dolphin Spirit telling you? Turn it this way, and you have one person. Wow, it's not working at all. One person standing over here, and then there's another person standing over here. This person says, no, this looks like a 9 to me. And this person says, no, this looks like a, and they're looking at it this way. Okay, 6 or 9 to me. Who's right, who's wrong? That's what the Dolphin Spirit is. The Dolphin Spirit tells us this and that are true. Both their perspectives are true. So what it's asking us is to elevate and look from it from a different angle. So it's a very, would you say, hangman sort of view as well, taking a different perspective on things. And with this coming out so strongly, you actually have mastered this or on the brink of mastering it. So if something that you're very, very, very passionate about, just watch out. Are you being too rigid on it? Because there is a different angle to it. And once you open up to that angle, it's going to unlock a great potential within your psyche, within your creativity, because you'll be able to incorporate feedback from a lot of other people who have opposing views. That's what they want to say. Okay, that was quite a bit of digressing from it. Let's see. So what's crossing this? But major understanding of duality that's coming through for you. Okay, we have the cat spirit, claim your independence, number 13, which is a 4. Okay. Okay, got it. So this is what's crossing it. Okay, let's see what's happening underneath on your subconscious. We have otter spirits. How cute. Number 42, you are never alone. Look at the heart. Look at the beautiful heart. The otter is most playful. Like so much playful energy coming for you right at the center. Let's see what they want you to let go of or close a chapter on. Koala spirit. Spirit has a plan, so stop. This is amazing. It's like, oh, we talked about steps, right? Did we talk about it? 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, something like that with Saturn. Like it slows things down. But look at how things are clicking. 2, 4, 6, 8. It's reminding me of that song. There used to be a song, I don't know the band, in one of the Apple commercials many years ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, na 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 na. Something like that. So music is important for you, but things are now moving forward leaps and bounds. You may be hopping through things, so it's no longer like a struggle. But in the past, we have Spirit has a plan. Let's see what's in the conscious. We have number 22, Dragonfly. I'm smiling because of all the numbers, 222. And this says truth transcends illusion. There's a lot of spiritual energy in you, pile 3. This is, again, the most spiritual message with duality coming out over here. And this in your conscious also, the truth transcends illusion. Amazing, amazing. So what's in the near future? I mean, wow. I'm blown away. Thank you for sharing your energy with this tribe. I love it. We have Wombat Spirit, be at home. Number 68 reduces to a 7. 5, sorry. There's my math right there. Okay, and underneath it all, we have the Mott Spirit, surrender now. There you go, surrender now. 3 is about creation, creativity, co-creating with spirit. So just let go of any control issues. And it's interesting because, and then I saw the coyote, so I'm going to take that as well. Because this is coming up in the recent past, or what lays beneath is spirit has a plan for you, okay? And it's going to slowly start unraveling it. You got to surrender, and you got to trust, with the coyote coming out over here, that, you know, any areas or any paths that you took in the past and did not fall through, there is protection in that rejection. So fully trust that, and then go back to that example that I shared. This and that are true. What may be a failure to you is not a failure when spirit looks at you, okay? When your spirit guides look at you. So any places where you're being super harsh on yourself, let that go, release that, okay? Literally write it on a piece of paper and burn it, is the fire energy is coming very strong from the Leo card over here. I can't explain how I get the messages, but I do. They show me, and sometimes it's just like coming through me. So you need to maybe practice some of that, and then just like overall, you're in a very powerful place right now. You're going through a major spiritual up-leveling. What is maybe holding you back at the moment is your desire to do it all yourself. Okay, now cat spirits are very independent. Again, very spiritual animal. Of course, they're all spiritual. All animals are spiritual, very close to nature, very close to spirit. But cats have a nuance of they will come and play with you when they want to play with you, versus a dog, you go play with dog anytime you want, right? So cats are very curious creatures. Are also very cautious about their boundaries. You cannot cross a cat's boundaries. So maybe some of that is what's holding you back. You have a lot of spiritual awakening happening, but you still are trying to like push through. And I'm saying that especially with Saturn. You're trying to push through and make it happen on your own terms. Spirit is asking you to surrender just a little bit, and just think of it as like, okay, if whenever you see this through the rest of 2023, can you take it easy? That's a big one that's coming for you. Can you try, you may be somebody who hates the term cruise, especially when it's in a career perspective. I don't want to cruise through a career. I want to build my career. But Spirit is saying, be playful, take a nap like a cat. Be playful again, even in your subconscious. You have otter spirit. Otters are very playful. And it's saying you're never alone. So maybe like underneath it all, you're also actually, your subconscious and your soul is also looking, or is open to inviting a companion in. This took a different turn. So love is showing up for you over here. So no matter what you're planning, what you're doing, don't ignore self-love and opening up to love, because some of you may have shut that out. So I just want to call that out because that message came through. But that's what's holding you back right now, is over independence, okay? Interesting, because in the near future, we have the Wombat Spirit, and I'm just noticing this now, even though I said it. It says be at home, okay? So this is what cruise for the rest of the year. The timing is going to start clicking into place as Saturn starts going direct or moves into the right house for you. The perfect timing would be for something big to happen is, I think like mid-January to mid-March, or even May is when it's going to be really skyrocketing for you, is what I'm hearing in terms of timestamps. So what are you going to do in the meantime? Keep healing yourself, keep working on yourself, keep opening your heart up. Have a little fun. glide. This is glide. So cruise and glide. Dragonflies can hover in one place for a long time. Okay. They are very powerful and a representation of be present, be in the here and now. And I'm saying that because you're more than capable of doing it. With the cosmic egg, with the dolphin spirit coming out and the dragonfly coming out, these are all very spiritual representations. So these are representing your energy. Okay, so do that. That's what you need to do. Let's see. I want to get a clarifier on the otter spirit for you, because I keep seeing the heart. Spirit, what's happening in the subconscious? Because it says you're never alone. So maybe you're somebody who've been very hyper independent. So we have the Fool 2.0, take a leap of faith. Okay, and a leap of faith in what, Spirit? Can you give us more? We have the Queen of Pentacles. And then we have the King of Cups. Yeah, so to me, it's the same. I think that like the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Cups, the Queen being the feminine is very good, especially with the Pentacles, is very good about taking care of herself, but she's also the provider for the family. She's the homemaker. She's a bread earner. She's a financial officer of the home. She has a career and her family all squared off. She has it down to a T, but she's also very good at taking care of herself. And with the King of Cups, again, another higher court card, this is the masculine energy. So you have both, and I feel like some of you are actually attracting a counterpart where you're going to complement each other very well. And the King of Cups really talks about rising above our emotions, okay, not letting the emotions hold us back, but really using our intuition to make decisions, but at the same time not being overwhelmed by our emotions. That's coming through. But there is a counterpart coming through over here. You're being asked to like take a leap of faith and be okay to for some of you, love may come in before the big career thing happens. And with this card over here, there are two Fool cards in this. This is saying, all right, get ready, take your stance, and jump off. Okay, jump into love, if that's relevant. And again, this could be a career opportunity, like the perfect opportunity that complements your schedule, your lifestyle, your preferences is coming through. You got to have a secure foundation to leap off of. That's what it's saying, okay? So, all right. Okay, beautiful. So pile 3, let's get you a closing message from this deck, which is called Messages from Your Animal Spirit Guides, and see what they have to say as a final message for you. Gorgeous. We have Kiwi. Do a walking meditation each day for the next week. Okay, you got like a task. So we did talk about meditation. We did talk about a little play, being here in the now and present. And the Kiwi Spirit is saying, do a walking meditation each day for the next of the week. That's very specific. But hey, there are no coincidences. We get messages for a reason. So try it out and let me know how that goes. I myself have never done a walking meditation. I do a laying down meditation. That's the type of person I am. But yes, give it a shot and see how it goes. And underneath it all, we have the unicorn. Indulge your creative, imaginative, and magical side through some form of artistic expression. Yes, you have the unicorn, you have the dragonfly, you have the dolphin spirit. A lot of magic around you at this time, so make sure you do tune into that with your crown chakra. You do tune into that with some meditations. That's going to really help you with your journey. Okay, that's what I have for you, pile 3. If you like the reading, do give it a big thumbs up. This is very different from what I've done in the past, but I hope you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I wish you a very happy Halloween. Lots of love and light. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.